Insomniac Games' Spider-Man is a flawed masterpiece. Not since 2004's Spider-Man 2 developed by Treyarch have I had so much fun with Marvel's web-slinger. The glowing praise for this game is more than deserved, with its 25 plus hour story and dozens of hours of side missions, none of which ever overstayed their welcome. Add to this the amount of attention to detail that makes you genuinely feel as though this is the world from the comics being brought to life in motion. You have a contender for the best licensed game of all time. That being said, I had some issues that perforated the experience for me on a technical level. Upon starting up the game, we are introduced to a 23-year-old Peter Parker with many years of combat and tech experience. The first task given to you is this web sling across half of Manhattan, and along the way you can view all of its glory. Upon reaching your destination, the Kingpin's Tower, you are put through a fun tutorial that doesn't overstay its welcome. Very similar to the Batman Arkham games, Spider-Man PS4 uses a free-flow combat system. You gain energy by attacking enemies, which you can use to either perform special attacks or heal yourself. As the story progresses, you are also tasked with playing as other human characters. You might think that this would be boring, however this does an excellent job of mixing up the gameplay. The two human characters, Mary Jane and Miles Morales, have their unique way of progressing the story. While playing as Mary Jane, the gameplay is mostly stealth-based, while you have to rely on your environment to remain stealthful and solve some interesting puzzles. Miles Morales is a techno nerd who can hack into terminals and control certain aspects of the environment. I liked how the time that you play as these characters never felt as though it overstayed its welcome. Also, unlike in other games where collectibles and side missions only seem to be there to pad out the game's length, Spider-Man PS4 provides you with an incentive to complete them. Every side mission that you complete offers you a certain amount of tokens. There are 5 different kinds of tokens, and you can spend these tokens to unlock new abilities and costumes. The costumes aren't just for show though, each costume offers a unique superpower to go along with it. A good variety of unlockable costumes adds to the game's replay value even further. The game is paced incredibly well, though there were some parts later on where Spider-Man gets to team up with his nemesis the Kingpin, and while it was interesting for a while, it never really leads to anything.
Keep my men alive and maybe I'll tell you.
Saving bad guys from other bad guys. Not how I thought today would go.
As an avid fan of comic books and superheroes, I like the stories where the heroes and villains have to put aside their differences to team up against a common enemy. Another thing that could have been done better was the way certain rival enemies fought against each other. Whenever there was a scenario where 2 different gangs were shooting at each other, the second I showed up as Spider-Man, they all started shooting at me. I would have liked it more if there were scenarios where when you took out different enemies from one gang, the rival team would back you up and help you temporarily until the other gang was defeated. There was never an instance where you are the mediator between 2 rival enemies. They drop everything they're doing to focus on attacking you when you show up. Also, when the game first came out, it didn't have a New Game Plus mode. While this wasn't an issue for me at first, there were some instances when I had to collect a specific object and it wasn't there, prohibiting me from getting 100% game completion.
So, this is a follow-up on the previous video I made with the glitch. As you can see, here I am where the black cat side mission is supposed to take place. I go to my map, and it's not here, but when I go to here where it says that I still have 1 black cat mission stakeout available, which means that the game is glitched and I can't get 100% completion because of this horrible glitch. This game's been out for over a year now, and it kind of sucks that this happened, but I hope that this issue gets fixed soon, and if it does, I would greatly appreciate that. Because as you can see, I can't get 100% completion because the cat mission that's supposed to be there is no longer here. I'm here where it's supposed to take place, but the camera's not here, and there's nothing I can do to finish it. So this is a really bad glitch that I'd point out.
Also, there were a few instances where an enemy got stuck behind a wall and I couldn't reach them. This required me to restart the game from the last checkpoint. Small hiccups aside though, Marvel's Spider-Man entertained me with its lush color palette, quirky cast of characters, and humongous amounts of unlockables. Here's hoping that the developers at Insomniac Games could wow us all over again on a PlayStation 5.